In the early 2000s, a man named Ruben Ecleo Jr. was considered a godlike figure by his followers in the Philippine Benevolent Missionaries Association, PBMA. Based in San Jose, Dinagat Islands, the group claimed to be a spiritual and healing organization. But over time, it developed into a cult centered around Ecleo himself, who was believed by his followers to be a divine being. One of the members, let's call him Mark, name changed for privacy, joined the PBMA with hopes of healing, spiritual guidance, and brotherhood. He came from a broken home and thought he had found a new family in the group. At first, it felt peaceful. The community was tight-knit. Everyone followed strict discipline. Ruben Ecleo Jr. performed miraculous healing ceremonies, and people truly believed he was sent by God. Mark devoted himself fully, attending rituals, doing missions, and cutting ties with the outside world. Life revolved around the master, as they called Ruben. But things changed. Whispers started circulating inside the compound, talks of mass cleansing and doomsday visions. One night during a closed-door spiritual meeting, Mark and others were told that a mass suicide might be necessary to reach the next life. Some were hesitant, but many blindly obeyed, convinced that death would bring them closer to salvation. That was Mark's breaking point. He realized he was no longer in a religious group. He was trapped in a dangerous cult. He tried to talk to his fellow members, even his own cousin who had joined with him, but they were too deep in the belief. "You're doubting the master," they warned, "you'll lose your soul." Fear gripped him, but his survival instinct kicked in. Mark waited for the right moment. One early morning, while most were still asleep or in meditation, he snuck out of the compound barefoot, carrying nothing but the clothes on his back and a small notebook of verses. He trekked through forest paths and avoided main roads, afraid someone might drag him back. He reached the local town hours later, dehydrated and shaken. He reported what he knew to the local police. That same year, Ruben Ecleo Jr. was arrested, not just for cult-related manipulation, but for the murder of his wife, Alona Bacolod Ecleo, a tragic crime that had been under investigation for years. Ecleo was later convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment, but it took years of legal battles and hiding. The PBMA still exists in some form today, but its leadership has since been fractured. As for Mark, he never returned to Dinagat. He rebuilt his life in silence, dealing with trauma and guilt, not only for escaping, but for the friends he left behind who never questioned the cult. He speaks rarely about it now, but to this day he considers himself a survivor, not of fire or flood, but of mind control and spiritual abuse.